Streaming live. We're not live on Facebook yet. I'll give you 1 second. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Tell me what.
Hello, everybody else. We're waiting to go live on Facebook right now.
Live on Facebook, then we're gonna get the intro music.
Yeah, and then we're definitely copyrighted.
Copywritten.
But we don't monetize our videos.
Yeah, fuck them. Trust me, I know what it's like to go.
Hit it, Johnny. Not oh shit! Fourth wall. After Hours podcast.
After Hours.
Jonny Udell.
That's me.
Yet again. Little journey. Journey's so good, dude.
So
They're
good and so gay at the same time.
It is so gay.
But it's just fucking. That was our intro song tonight. Only the Young, off of Journey's greatest hits. It's actually off the album Raised on the Radio.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Raised on the Radio.
Raised on the Radio. What's going on, buddy?
Man, how you been, Jonny Udell? You been doing good, man?
I've had a good week. You?
Not too bad, man. Lots of shows. I ran the gauntlet like 3 days in a row, which means I'm here, doing like 7-8 mics in a fucking row.
Jeez, that's good.
It'll make you slowly slip into madness.
When you say doing 7 or 8 mics, like, are you doing 7 or 8 mics, or are you like, what does that mean?
I insert my penis into a microphone.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, no pun intended.
No! Oh! This has turned into a morning talk show. With a fucking story like...
Well, it almost is morning. We're like 21 minutes away from fucking AM status.
I know. We're rocking so deep into the night here, John.
Deep. Speaking of walking deep into the night, I got here tonight, and I found some lady pissing on a bunch of propane tanks outside of the 7-Eleven.
Now that I got a story about that lady, which I told you I'd tell you on the podcast.
Yes, let's hear it.
I've told her my stand-up before, but there's a particular homeless lady that's always out here, always fucking like she's kind of overweight and creepy looking and like short hair.
Do you ever think about how bad her vag must smell?
Well, that's inappropriate for the story I'm about to tell you.
Okay, bad genitalia. Bad genitalia. Go ahead.
Horrendous genitalia. Horrendous.
Oh.
Have you ever seen like a swamp rat?
Yeah. Swamp ass. Shit.
Oh, dude, the smell I couldn't even imagine.
Oh, I couldn't even.
Dude,
you couldn't pay me. Like millions of dollars could not even get me to sniff it.
Dude, no
maybe,
fucking way.
Wait a second. Let's be real. Let's be real here for a second.
So hard.
If it was just to sniff it from it, say 6 inches away.
Yeah, I'd do that.
I'd do it for about $2 million.
2 million? No, I'd do that. $2 million. All
right.
Now, if I had to touch it.
Touch it, no chance.
No, you'd have to make me.
I'd rather go homeless than fucking touch that thing. That's disgusting,
dude. And somebody fucks her.
Oh, Jesus
there's
Christ.
Another dirty dick homeless dude.
He's just like, look at that.
Fucking laying.
I love the smell of your vajayjay.
Yeah, dude. That's a weird fucking French thing too, man. The French love is stinky.
Bear with me.
I know he's been even Ubering since 3, right?
Driving.
Oh, damn. Let's see. Oh, we got a comment real quick, and then I'll finish. Work at 7. Fourth Wall podcast. Dude, you have to work at 7 a.m. It's like 3 a.m. in Ohio right now.
That's fucking. Yeah, man. That's fucking.
Kyler Carlisle, goddamn party animal. Fantastic.
Party animal.
All right.
Wait. That deserves something.
Wait for it. Kyler Carlisle. Oh yeah.
Okay. That's for you, Kyle. That's for you, bro.
Every time we give a shout out, we also have to do a dance break. So happy and gay, dude. Okay, this is back to the homeless lady, because I feel like this needs to be told online here. Me and Joe painted this place black. It used to be people can't see that. Like, we're in the podcast room in the back and stuff, and it's purple. Because Joe Menente loves purple.
Menente.
Favorite color, and that's fine.
That's cool, man. That takes a real man to like purple and pink.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. He's a real man. He's a man time man.
Man time.
But we painted this place black, at least the main stage and stuff like that. And when that happened, we had to take a whole bunch of shit out and put it in the front, right? Mainly trash cans and shit like that.
So naturally, where is this going?
And here's the thing. Here's the location of Fourth Wall for a lot of people that don't know, or people from out of state. We're located next to the North Hollywood Police Station, and we're in a fucking strip mall that has it next to a sushi place and a 7-Eleven. And now
sushi place used to be a pizza place that had amazing pizza.
Yeah.
Just for the record. Then they went sushi, and that ain't my deal, so I fucking really got pissed. But that's a whole different story.
Yeah, no, it fucking blows.
Blows.
The sushi place actually is pretty good. Sunny Sushi. Go check it out.
I hear it's good.
Yeah, it's fucking good, especially for the price. But
you get what you pay for.
Yeah. But because we're next to a police station and because we're next to a 7-Eleven, those are two of the biggest things that fucking attract the homeless. Yeah. It's literally, and we're like, and there's like, it's like tucked back.
And she's got a lot in common with the sushi place. Probably a lot of smells similar.
At least that sushi dumpster.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. But so I hear a
trash cans outside.
We're painting and I hear a ruckus. All right. I fucking walk outside and I see her ass in the air. She's bent over the trash can. And she's fucking rifling through there. And I was like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? And the moment I did that, she in one swooping motion pulls out a wine bottle and just swings it at me, almost hits me in the head.
Oh, Jesus.
If I wasn't quicker, I would have fucking been knocked out by this
and you know what? Rightfully so, I think he could have knocked her out.
Yeah. Okay, but she swings it, but she doesn't just swing it at me. She just keeps, her first words are, faggot! Faggot! She just keeps screaming, faggot! Faggot! Like swinging this fucking thing at me, man. And so, dude, I gave her a full straight leg to the center of the chest.
You kicked her.
Dude, I had to create distance. That's the key. So full, like, pull back, straight leg, center of the chest. Yes, I kicked this homeless bitch in the chest.
You know what? She probably
she deserved way worse than that, because then what happened, I straight leg her, she goes rolling backwards, all right, kind of like a roly-poly, and then somehow lands on her feet, right? And when she lands on her feet, still holding the wine bottle, she pulls her pants all the way down, all right?
Goodness.
Then she turns around, facing her ass, still screaming, "You're a faggot! You're a goddamn faggot!" And then she takes the wine bottle. This is going to get graphic as a motherfucker, guys, so buckle up!
Oh, my God. I don't even know where the hell we're going with this.
You don't know? Oh, we're going somewhere.
I have an idea.
Dude, then she bent over, shoved the wine bottle into her hoo-ha, and just screamed, "I bet you like this, don't you, faggot?"
Oh, my God!
Dude, and then
I would have been traumatized.
Dude, that image is burned in the back of my eyelids.
Oh, my God.
I've never been
You guys got to see this person. Like,
she's disgusting,
It's disgusting. That poor bottle.
Dude, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Dude, and
that bottle didn't get $1 million.
That bottle didn't get shit. It got drank by her.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, yeah.
What a waste of good alcohol.
Oh, no, she drank it, I'm sure.
I'm sure. God, where do we go from there? You got that in
therapy?
Huh? Yeah. I mean, I need some therapy.
Dude, it was fucked up. Well, dude,
she really did that? She bent over
and was shoving it into herself and just screaming, "I bet you like this, don't you?" What I don't know. Dude, I had no idea what to do. So I just went, like, opened my eyes real wide and walked in, and I just said, "Joe, there's a homeless woman outside." He was like, "I was wondering what the fuck was going on out there." And then you just hear a loud crash.
Did it break inside there?
No. For the betterment of humanity, it should have. No, but she went to the sushi place and just started throwing tables out.
For real? Did she get arrested for this nonsense?
No. Nothing, dude. She was with the wind within seconds. Then she threw the fucking bartending school shit into the fucking parking lot. Then she fucking started breaking bottles over.
And this was all because you told her to get out of your trash can.
Yeah, like she immediately, like, I think when you're homeless for that fucking long, dude, you go full primitive. Like, she's clearly out of her mind. I mean, she
clearly chooses to be homeless.
I don't think she has the ability not to be. Like, she's fucking out of. Dude, we just got Michael Virgilio just put It's a hell of a story, man. It's
the terrifying. Reality of it is, you know, homeless people on drugs kind of freak me out.
Right.
That homeless person needs to be on drugs. Mm-hmm. She's not on enough drugs.
No, drugs would do her
world of good. I don't know what I'd do in that. I might sit there and try to counteract that and pull out my dick and start jacking off. You're going to go, "Yeah, baby, yeah. Jam that bottle in your coach."
There is no world where I could have gotten hard.
That's not about getting hard. It's kind of like, that's the disgrace of it. It's like, see, it don't work, bitch. You ain't doing it.
There's no fucking way, dude. I think my dick,
shame. My dick wouldn't talk to me anymore. Be like, "Why'd you show that to me?"
Dude, mine became an innie. All right, it was so unattractive. It receded into my body.
It's like like it's oh god, what's this animal where they hide? Like a crab. Not a crab, a
turtle.
Turtle. Just goes right on into the shell. Like all you are is a head.
Yeah, the turtle.
Look at the thimble.
It looks like a little acorn.
Wow, that's so cute.
That is bad, by the way. If anyone's ever called your dick cute. Homeless lady vagina.
All right, we restarted this one. All right, let's go back to the beginning. Rewind.
I don't think anything. It's almost bad that we led with that story because now I don't know that we can.
Oh, we can top that. I mean, give me a couple of seconds.
I've had a good amount of homeless people run-ins. What have you had any fucking top-notch homeless run-ins? I bet doing the moving job you probably had.
Yeah, not so much. You know, I have a homeless problem around my house as of late, but they're fucking like meth head homeless. It fucking freaks me out. Like the type of shit when you're walking down the street and you're like, well, man, hair on back of my neck, standing up.
Oh, right. Like
I went to the cops.
No shit.
I swear to God. Because I thought they were
staying for cops.
Well, I live on a really nice street, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're in Sherman Oaks,
I'm in Sherman Oaks.
Yeah, great fucking neighborhood.
Yeah, and these homeless people, like tweakers, are hanging out by this condo complex, and I'm seeing it all the time. And I'm seeing them like hide shit up in the trees. Right there, as I'm walking up, I see them like scuffling around. So I finally went down to the police station. I was like, I think there's a drug dealer that lives here.
Yeah.
Because it's attracting these really crazy meth heads. Turns out they knew exactly who I was talking about, and that they like have undercover cops across the street watching, which they've definitely seen me walking down the street smoking weed and shit. Like, I'm surprised I haven't gotten arrested, but they make arrests there all the time. But it's really crazy.
You're fine with weed now. You can do whatever.
Oh, yeah. You know, weed's good. I know it looks like I smoke weed, but really, I smoke lots of it.
Do you smoke weed a good amount?
I do. I feel like I've cut down a little bit. Like, I used to smoke all day, every day, and now I'm just like a nighttime.
Oh, yeah.
When I get home type of guy.
I haven't, you know what? It's so weird. I don't know what it is. I just, even living out here where it's legal and prevalent and everyone does it, I've smoked so much less now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm probably
it's not as fun. It's like that illegal thing's gone.
I know. And I feel like I'm so deeply punk rock.
Louis. All right. So you know Louis.
Oh, yeah. Mr.
Louis hits me up yesterday. I have to meet up with him to grab some drum shit.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's like, yo, man, can you bring me a joint? I'm like, I really don't have any, and I'm definitely not at home. Yeah. But you can stop at the weed store and just buy some. He's like, I don't have a medical card. I'm like, it's been legal since January for anybody, dude.
Yeah,
he's like, really?
Oh, my God. You can even do it with an out-of-state license now.
You can be out of the country.
Yeah.
As long as it proves you're over 21.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, it's kind of cool.
It's fucking cool. I'm waiting for it to come to 7-Eleven and shit, man. I'm waiting for it to be. There's no way it's not going to happen pretty soon.
You know why we don't want it at 7-Eleven? Those motherfuckers over there are so slow already. The last thing we need them to do is smoking weed behind the dumpster. Can we talk to Joe about how much weed some people used to smoke while working for him back in the day?
Dude, yeah, man. I mean, you know what? I don't want to fucking full-on rat anybody out.
We can't rat anybody out.
But there were a few movers that were garbage unless they were high.
That's right.
Like, I deeply considered buying a few movers weed just to get them to stop. Like, some of them, dude, there's some functioning stoners out there, man.
Yeah, I was one of those guys.
Did you smoke before jobs usually?
I tried not to. It made me fucking useless.
That's my
like.
Yeah.
It's like, let me get really stoned and relaxed and have to go move a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
I know.
The dudes. A lot of the dudes in real rock and roll, they fucking get high and they fucking move. Like, but
you can't really give them shit.
No,
it's like, hey man, you get out here and do this job and tell me you ain't gonna smoke some weed.
Yeah. Well, dude, like the CBD elements of fucking weed, like, it makes you feel better. Because that's why I like smoking after the jobs, man. Dude,
my back's fucked from this job. I got 3 discs that are all displaced.
My goddamn hips and joints and my knees.
You're a young dude, too.
I know. Like, this is
imagine if you were I did that job way too old in life.
You really did.
If I was like 21, that would have been killer.
Right.
Not at 40.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking crazy.
No, it was crazy. I felt like the ultimate loser. I mean, think about it. I'm 40. I'm your mover. When do you need this bed?
I know, and it's
by the way, your mother, she's a whore. Wait, Menente's calling.
Is Joe calling? Oh shit!
Hey, Joe.
What the fuck is this shit about you guys smoking on the goddamn?
Hey.
What's the fucking matter with you?
I wasn't smoking weed on the job. I just got the. Hey.
Smoking weed out there on the job. Fuck fuck you people. Give me back.
I wasn't smoking weed on the job, bro.
I actually never smoked weed on the job.
I can't even see it right now. It's unbelievable. Oh my god. I'm having a fucking heart attack right now. I'm gonna fucking have a flashback. I want to fucking start wrecking everything in the apartment.
Do you want me to smoke some weed and come over and move the shit around your apartment?
No, it's too fucking late, you fucking Jew.
Hey, it's Yom Kippur. Have some respect.
Some fucking respect. Well, I do have some fucking respect. You gotta smoke in my fucking job. Driving a fucking 10,000-pound fucking box truck. Goddamn down the road stoned.
I told you I wasn't even the one smoking the fucking weed. I wasn't even the one. You done?
I think he stroked out. You
all right, bro?
I think
do we need
oh my god, he's
ambulance?
dead. Joe's dead.
Joe?
Oh my god.
We love you, man.
I'm sorry, buddy.
All right, I didn't mean to interrupt your flow, but for the love of God, I don't want to fucking hear any more about this shit. Don't even talk about it.
I'm sorry, buddy.
Okay.
Who the fuck was smoking on the job? Tell me.
We're not
narking anybody out, buddy.
We're not narcs.
Macklemore?
No,
actually, I don't remember seeing James smoke.
No. I think it was 5.
Actually,
you know what? No, it wasn't 5 because 5 could use smoking some weed. Maybe.
5 didn't smoke, right?
God, like, I can't fucking believe
I never saw him smoking.
Fucking liars.
No, I don't. I really don't know who it was.
Yeah, I have no idea. I never saw it.
Now you're lying. You.
Hey, God, Joe, the company doesn't exist anymore. It's fine.
Yeah, it's all right, bro. These guys don't work for you anymore.
Then why won't you fucking tell me who it was?
Because we don't want you to call up and do this to anybody out of the blue.
Because I feel like you'd actually kill a man, Joe. And,
yeah, Joe. Joe, it sounds like you could. Sounds like you could use a little weed right now.
I'm completely fucking composed right now.
Love you, Joe.
Bye, bye, Jojo.
Peace out.
I love you. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Menente. Hold on.
Joe Menente.
All right, that's for Menente.
All right, that's going to get flagged on YouTube. That's fine. Yeah, YouTube, home of 11 views.
Hey.
I'm not like, if anyone is actually watching this on YouTube for whatever fucking reason, it does have a little better quality. But the only problem is it's YouTube, for whatever reason, I think it's because it's owned by Google, is unfucking shareable on Facebook. If you share if you share a YouTube clip, it will get barely any views. Like, Facebook is trying to make it so you see their fucking videos more prevalently than the YouTube clips. So the links do goddamn nothing. Like, I'll share the same video. One is a YouTube link. One is I just uploaded it to Facebook. One will get 500 fucking views on Facebook. 3 clicks, 3 likes on the YouTube link. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's so irritating, the market that they've cornered.
Yeah.
You know, it's sort of like, okay, here's a platform to promote yourself, try to get ahead, use technology. Oh, by the way, for the only way it's going to work is if you give us a fucking bunch of money.
Yeah, man.
And even when you do that, when you stop giving us money, I'm going to really drain your fucking views, so you have to give me money again.
And it's one of those things, like, if to get a viral video, they've even tried to predict a science for it, and it's nearly impossible.
Well, good luck for that. I mean,
there's not. I mean,
who would have ever thought that OK Go video with them on the fucking treadmills would have been like a hit?
Oh, dude, didn't I tell you I moved their
treadmills?
No, I moved their fucking singer.
That's rad.
Yeah, dude, I packed his shit, man.
Who was that fucking guy that you guys used to always move? He was like rock star. The dude from the Pixies. You guys?
Oh, the guitarist from the Pixies.
I never moved them, but like we moved them like 100 times or something.
Yeah, I mean, like he always had a bunch of weird shit to move around in his studio and stuff.
Musicians, man.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. But
he was smoking the weed, I'm sure.
That dude, yeah, we got there and he was stoned, and then he was just like, sorry, it's such a mess. And he's just wandering around.
If I was in the Pixies, I'd be like that too. Like,
oh well, yeah, dude, that dude's made his money.
Dude, there's a great documentary about the Pixies, and they like yell at the one guy for being all fucked up on Valium and shit on tour.
Was it this guy that was fucked up on Valium?
Probably.
I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I know their songs. I don't know the members all that well, except for Frank Black and the chick, Kelly Deal or whatever her name is.
Yeah, I mean, I never saw her. We just moved that guitarist dude all the fucking time.
Why was he moving all the time?
I don't know. I only moved him once with Rod, and like we just moved a bunch of weird shit out of his studio, but then only some of it. Like, I don't even really remember where we moved it to be perfectly honest.
Interesting.
I don't know. Just moving shit in and out of storage and all kinds of weird stuff.
Benente threw a curveball at my flow. I'm trying to get that back.
It's hard. I feel like our energy is so much more chill now because I've accepted it's impossible to match Menente's energy.
Oh, it's okay.
I don't have it in me.
I really thought I had a stroke at one point during there. I was just like, hello, Menente, you okay? Everything fine, bro?
I think JoJo might still be watching, too.
That's cool. Hey, Joe, if you are still watching, I just saw that homeless lady who shoved a fucking bottle in her cooch take a piss on a fucking tank.
I know, dude. I actually, after that, Joe didn't know that happened until days later when I told it on stage, because as it happened to me, I was too traumatized to acknowledge that it happened.
I mean, I would have went out there and fucking took care of it.
I just said there was like
I would have been like, Joe!
I told him that I got attacked, but didn't tell him the. It's just one of those things. Like in the moment,
I can't believe she did that,
dude. Who the fuck thinks to do that?
I'm scared to walk to my car now.
I walk past her all the fucking time, and I think she's so crazy she doesn't even remember me.
Weren't you freaked out to walk by her at first?
Yeah.
Is that crazy dude who fucking runs the fucking bartending school still there?
Lou? Yeah.
Lou.
Dude, that guy who's been in here 30 years, he still talks like he's the most East Coast dude.
Lou's just a weird individual to me. I liked him.
He's a nice guy.
Nice guy.
His favorite thing to do, he'll have a joke a day, and he'll come over and throw a joke book joke at me once a day.
What? Give me the last one.
They're usually always racist.
Keep that. Keep that to yourself.
Which is really fucking funny. So I'm not going to say that.
How could he call me a Jew bastard on Yom Kippur?
Can you explain to me what the fuck Yom Kippur is? What is?
It's the most religious holiday in the Jewish world.
Really?
At this moment, I shouldn't be drinking this.
Really? You're supposed to be fasting?
24 hours, like nothing. Can't have anything. Just to get rid of all your sins. I have way too many sins. I'd be fasting for a week.
Oh, right.
So therefore, I just don't fast. I keep adding them on. At
the end of your life.
And when I die, I'll be fasting for a long time.
Unless you freeze your head Walt Disney style and get brought back later, you know.
Walt Disney froze his head?
You don't know that? Yeah.
Weird. You know what I was watching today? That fucking guy who made the Tesla really thinks he's going to send people to fucking Mars. Like, he really thinks that's going to happen.
Oh, yeah. He's convinced he's going to colonize Mars.
He's going to kill a bunch of people.
Yeah. Well, I think Joe Rogan brought up a great fucking point about that. It's just like, you're signing up to die for sure. Like, they're not going to be able to bring you back. You're going to live on Mars forever, and you're just gone.
And like they have the first guy, some billionaire dude from fucking China or Japan or whatever, signed up to be the first dude. That dude, like, I hope he's got his will ready, and I'd be fucking stoked to be that dude's son. I'd be like, Dad, go. Go. Just make sure you sign your name on this dotted line first.
Yeah, no shit. Well, then, especially if you're a billionaire, like, aren't you happy enough to stick around?
I mean, I guess at that point he's bored. He's like, well, if I'm going to go out, I'm going out being the first asshole to fly to the moon, and the ants are back. They're back.
Oh, it's just one of them.
That started with one last week.
That's true. I'm not going to kill this one because when I killed him, they showed up to defend his honor. There's two now?
There's two. It must be the lights.
Maybe. I don't know.
The opposite of cockroaches. They scatter in the light. The ants come out. They're like, oh, maybe they'll feed me.
It's Yom Kippur. Are ants Jewish? Is that a thing?
Oh, well, they could. My aunt is Jewish.
You fucking piece of shit.
Oh!
Joke.
Okay.
Chris Corbin says that Kelly Deal's from Oakwood. I had no idea.
Is that in Ohio?
Yeah, Oakwood's a rich ass part of Ohio. It's the richest part of Dayton. It's really
I think they made a documentary just on her.
I believe so.
I mean, there's a documentary on her, and she had a lot of drug issues too. It's her and her sister in the documentary.
Interesting.
I'm trying to remember if it was the same documentary or if it was two different ones.
I don't know if she was from Oakwood, though, because that's a hoity-toity fucking place.
Let me tell you something about people who make it in the music industry. Well, this isn't even necessarily true. However, there are a lot of kids who are rich kids who are able to do what we do because they don't have to worry about money.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
And there's a lot of comedians like this and a lot of actors. I mean, living in L.A., you can see it really quick.
Yeah.
The guy who's at every fucking thing and never has to work is one of those guys.
Oh, there's a couple comics that I still to this. There's no way they have a day job. so prolific. They're always out there. They're always doing something, and you just kind of know that they're taken care of.
And you know what? More power to him.
Oh yeah, like
more power to him.
I'm not. I don't
beat the system any way you fucking can.
Yeah, dude. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely.
If I could fucking, you know.
And with that being said, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I'm not gonna not fucking hate you. Yeah. Dude. The level of class resentment I have in me is ridiculous. I don't even realize it. Like I get physically ill when I find out somebody's successful is rich. Like, or started off rich. I don't know what the fuck that is. It just pisses me off so goddamn much.
If you dig into that, I mean, it's weird. I just wonder if they would appreciate it as much as somebody who wasn't.
I don't think so.
It's like, I mean, you don't know any difference because you know what? If you don't make it, you're just as rich as if you make it.
Yeah.
And it ain't about money for me. I'll tell you what, man. I live on a tour tomorrow. I'm fucking eating shit. And then I come back and I'm going to leave on another one. I'm going to eat shit. You know, and hopefully, the hope is eventually I'll see the fucking sunshine. And then I'll fucking go outside and put a bottle up my ass and say, "You like that, faggot?"
I think that I just can't. I still also can't believe she went straight to faggot.
Well, when I look at you, that's what I'd go. Okay, I'm gonna switch the Journey song up. I'm gonna find a new Journey song.
I do love that one though.
It is a good one. It is good.
We do a little Wheel in the Sky. I think it's a highly underrated Journey song.
Yeah, but it was a big hit for them.
That's a good point. It's just one of those no one talks about anymore. You know what I mean? Like everyone talks about Don't Stop Believing.
Don't Stop Believing's right there, but the song after Don't Stop Believing is a great one.
Oh, still in my
fuck yeah, bitches.
What's another one?
Me and Elvis used to fucking when I was in Wonder Drive with Elvis.
Yeah.
We'd always, for some reason, the rhythm section got fucked with the middle of the night driving. Always. Always. It was like a thing. Like it was always like, all right, Elvis, you drive us a shotgun. Tell me when it's my turn.
Yeah.
But we'd always listen to that Journey Escape album.
Oh yeah.
It was just like our fucking soundtrack.
Pumped. Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking great.
Do you have like a roads jam list when you're always on the? Because I mean, if you're playing music on the road, you probably want to listen to all kinds of different kinds of music.
I love listening to music.
Yeah.
Nowadays, though, I listen like all Philly sports radio.
Oh, really?
Like that's my jam. So, like, if I'm on the road and, you know, I'm playing music every day and I'm listening to music all the time and we're always working on songs and shit in the van or whatever, I'll put on a fucking podcast and listen to crazy Philadelphia fucking sports fans act like a bunch of fucking assholes.
Dude, you know,
I'm from Philly, by the way. I'm one of those fucking assholes.
Yes, he is.
Thank you for agreeing.
You know what I'd say? Like, I like meeting people out here, either from where I'm from or from the East Coast, because I feel like East Coast people just have a more aggressive way of talking, and like I feel like everyone out here is so soft that if you get a little aggro with them, they get like, oh my god, they're like,
you know what it is, dude? You know what that is?
What?
Dude, it's sunny outside.
Yeah,
fuck off. I'm considering. You know, here's something funny. I've been here. You know what's crazy? Today.
Yeah.
I left Philadelphia 18 years ago today for Los Angeles.
No shit. Oh,
today,
well,
September 18th.
Happy anniversary.
I got here September 21st, 2000. A lot of people who meet me here think I'm very intense. Now, I'm intense. I'm a neurotic East Coast Jewish man who is just fucking out of his mind, okay?
And you're a drummer, rocker.
Right. Drummers. You got to worry about it. Like, you think about that.
Yeah.
People say, what do you do? I'm like, I hit shit.
Yeah.
You know, and it ain't my girlfriend. You know, well, sometimes. Anyway, but what's funny is after a while, so people think I'm crazy and intense here. I'm like, oh, relax, you fucking uptight. You're all like, eh. Then I'll go back to Philly, and I've been here long enough to go back to Philly and be like, man, these fucking people are so uptight. I'm like, they need to chill out.
Oh, bro. Dude, yeah, I know.
There's something about sunshine every day. That definitely helps the soul.
It softens you. I mean, I think what Chris Gordon usually told me last time when I went back to Ohio, like LA makes you soft, because especially I was bitching about the cold and all kinds of things. I think it was like 50 degrees or something. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, well, I mean, this is a place of soft ass motherfuckers.
Yeah, dude. And when he says soft.
I ain't talking about my dick.
No, it's amazing. The blood thins, man. I go back there and I'm like,
true.
I'm like, I don't remember it ever being that cold growing up. I'm like, God, I lived through this shit.
I got the shivers in El Pollo Loco today.
Great restaurant.
Love El Pollo.
I love it. Crazy chicken.
The air was on, and I'm like eating a burrito, and fucking, I was just like, it's chilly. I was like, God damn it, I'm a bitch.
You're kind of a bitch. I get yelled at by my girlfriend because I sleep with the air conditioner on, even if it's cold outside. I just need to be cold.
Oh yeah,
I need to be cold all the time.
You know what, man? I think it's better for the brain sometimes to be a little cold every now and again.
Yeah, like you can always get warmer. Yeah. There's nothing worse than being hot and not being able to cool yourself down.
Yeah, like there's nothing will relinquish it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like you can't keep taking off clothes.
I still have my air conditioner on like it's 100 degrees, like it was for like that whole month.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it's like 70. I'm like, oh, put it on 65.
Oh yeah, dude, I made the mistake yesterday because it's getting a little cooler here in LA, and I turned the fucking thermostat here in Fourth Wall to like 69 or something like that because it makes me giggle every time I do it. Because I'm a child.
Children.
And then I was hosting the tent show next door on the second stage, and then I had 3 comics who were in here on main stage text me and go, "Can you fix this air? It's really cold in here." And I'm like, "You fucking pussy."
Yeah, we're back. Stop being a pussy. Make it hot in there then, dude.
I know. It's only 69 degrees. Chill the fuck out. Chris Gordon says Travis Clyburn equals shiver bitch. That is a fact. I do shiver a lot. Well, then it's like most of my life I was like, 370. I was heavy as fuck. You get all this insulation, and the more weight you lose, your body still isn't used to not having, a fucking a winter coat of fatness on.
I was in Sweden this last February playing, and I was up in the north. It was 17 degrees. Yeah. The only thing that saved me was I was on acid.
Oh, yeah, that fucks with your equilibrium. Your hypothalamus.
What a trip. Like, I hadn't eaten acid since 1996.
Oh, damn, really?
That was the last time I had eaten acid. And somehow the guitar player in my band's like, "Yo, bro, you want to eat some acid?" Yeah. And I was like, "Where did you get the acid?" He's like, "Oh, I brought it from L.A." I'm like, "You brought that from L.A.?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's on Altoids." Now, here's the thing, though. It was on Altoids. Yeah. It was like liquid acid. But the problem was the Altoids weren't in an Altoids case. They were just 2 Altoids in a little plastic baggie. So if I'm a customs agent and I'm going through his bag, I'd be like, "So why are these 2 little Altoids in a little plastic baggie?"
Altoids look like pills already. Yeah.
Oh, dude. We ate it before the opening act went on.
Oh, no. How'd the hell go?
Dude. I can't even tell you, man. Wasn't it? I'll never do it again because it was just like, it was a little nuts. Yeah. It was one of the best nights of my life. I had a blast. We listened to we've been up all night on tripping our balls off, listening to like Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet and shit.
And you can't fucking sleep on acid.
Oh, no, man. It was a trip, though. But by the time we went on stage, it really started to kick in.
Yeah.
I kicked into the first song, and I just remember thinking to myself, whatever you do not look at your arms. Don't look at your arms.
You'll start tripping nuts.
Oh, dude, it was just oh, my God. It was fucking nuts.
I do think it's cool, though. I can't remember the name of the pitcher, but there was a pitcher who legendarily fucking pitched a no-hitter while
there's a fucking documentary on that fucking dude. It was from the 70s. He played for the Pirates or something.
He didn't realize that he would have to, he didn't think he was pitching today.
He picked it like a perfect game or something.
Yeah,
right?
He did hit, pitched a no-hitter. Yeah, he did, which is
on acid.
Just tripping his nuts off.
Dude, put you in the zone, man. Dude, the guys in my band were like, "Dude, you were playing this tribal beat." I was like, "I did."
No shit.
Oh man, it was fucking nutty.
Well, then it's like, especially with certain things that your brain does, especially if you do them well, like you kind of have it in the back of your mind. So like if you fucking take acid, it opens up your mind. Like you can just do it in a whole different fucking way, man. Dude, like it affects the right side of your brain so well.
I was a little nervous because the last time I had taken acid, it was kind of a rough one. I don't like shit that I can't control. I know if I smoke a little weed, that in an hour and a half it's going to be done.
Right.
If I eat an edible, it freaks me out.
Right.
Because you have no control over it. You eat too much, it's like, you might as well have eaten acid. You're in for the fucking ride.
Right, yeah.
So man, I was a little nervous. And when that first started, the show started, I was like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then eventually I just let go.
That's what you got to do.
I was just like, I don't even remember playing. I was playing, I remember it, but I don't remember how I did it.
Oh, yeah. And I haven't done it in a long time. I feel like it's good every now and again to do I always call it a hallucinogenic reset of your brain, because it's just I was losing it was years ago, probably the last time that I did acid. I was like, kind of just, I don't know, losing my momentum when it came to comedy and stand up and stuff like that, or just performing. And then I did 3 hits of acid.
Oh God, that's fucking nuts.
Which is a lot. Which, by the way, too much.
Yeah, dude. I'm surprised you came back from that.
The first 3 hours. Was an experience. Like it was too much.
God, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I went to take a step off of my buddy's stairs because we were out front of his porch, and I stopped. My foot was hovering above it, and I was 1,000 feet in the fucking air.
Oh
dude.
man!
And then I just put my foot back on the porch, and I looked at him and went, nah. And then I just fucking sat back down on the. And then he wandered away. And I was convinced for 30 minutes he was never coming back.
He probably didn't.
No, he did.
So, have you always been a comedian? Like, were you a comedian when I knew you before you moved back to LA? I didn't know that.
I talked about on this podcast before. Like, I'm very fortunate, like that. I really started pursuing comedy when I was like 16. Essentially, started doing improv and. Like, cause I did bands and stuff like that when I was.
You were a musician too?
I was a singer, yeah. Well, I was more of a vocalist, in like metal bands and stuff like that.
You did that shit?
Kinda, yeah. More controlled, more like if anything, vocals I'd compare it to, like Phil from Pantera, like that kind of stuff. Yeah. Just heavy fucking rock metal vocals.
Shit that would come out of Ohio.
Yeah, it's got rock, dude. I love
fucking Dimebag died in Columbus.
Yeah, I know. I do. The security guard for. I went to a school for editing in high school called CTC, and the security guard that worked there was one of the dudes who rushed the stage.
No shit.
Yeah, when fucking Dimebag got shot. Like,
that was such a fucking dude. That was just the beginning of. Well, I'm sure it wasn't the beginning, but in recent, like now you can't go anywhere without somebody like being like, all right, I'm gonna get shot here.
Dude, yeah.
It's just like,
it's fucking pretty.
I mean, we're at fourth wall and there's nobody here, but I'm just waiting for that fucking crazy homeless idiot to come in here with a fucking machete and a machine gun.
You know what I mean? Honest to God, man, like, I think it's a miracle there's not more murder. I know that sounds, but I feel like now, like, the amount of murder might be matching the amount of murder that I thought would be happening. Because, dude, there's so many fucking nut jobs out there.
Dude.
Especially in this city. Like, I can't believe people in the city aren't getting murdered every day. Well, people are definitely getting murdered every day in this city. But
this city, I mean, man, this city, it's freaky. You know, like you mentioned earlier, I do Uber, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, you grow up your whole life with your parents saying, whatever you do, never pick up a stranger.
Yeah, that's all you do.
I spend my days picking up fucking strangers, you know? And they're behind me, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, they got the upper hand.
Yeah.
Fucking hit me in the head, that's it.
Dude,
you know, like,
all they would have to do is fucking have a piano wire and fucking over the head. You're done.
God,
dude.
you're fucking killing me.
I'm sorry. No, you're I'm just saying.
Well, you know what happened a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah.
I made the mistake of going down that rabbit hole of watching Uber stories gone wrong on YouTube.
No. Why would you do that to
I didn't
yourself?
work for 2 weeks after that. I was like, I can't do that. I mean, some crazy shit's happened, man. A guy in North Carolina, 2 guys got in, fucking tried mugging him. He put up a fight.
Yeah.
They found the Uber driver a week later with his hands duct taped, his feet duct taped, beat to death.
Fuck.
They found them because he's fucking jackass. Talk about jackasses. I'm going to murder a guy. Yeah. I'm going to take his car and drive it for 2 weeks. Oh, on top of it, I'm going to still use his credit card.
Oh, fucking idiot.
Like fucking idiots. They got busted, obviously. But I mean, it's just shit like that. You know what I mean? Like,
dude, didn't some 19-year-old girl, or maybe she was younger, she called an Uber driver with the intention to kill whoever picked her up.
Dude, no, that was a 16-year-old girl, and it was fucking. I just watched a news story on YouTube about that. It was one of the things that made me stop driving. Dude, she went into a Walmart. She stole a machete, right? She walks out with the machete without paying for it.
Yeah.
Stands out front, calls an Uber, right? Gets in the Uber and fucking started fucking stabbing the dude with the machete.
I would feel like such a bitch if I got murdered by a 16-year-old girl. I just like to point that out. That wouldn't be.
What a girl, right?
But what was wrong with her? I remember. Didn't she do it? Like, wasn't she out of her
mind?
What
was wrong with her? She'd probably been up for 6 days on the meth.
Do you think so? She was.
I mean, come on, think about it.
That's true. I mean, 16-year-old. That's old enough.
I did meth once in my life by accident.
No shit.
It was an accidental meth usage.
Was it like you just like took it kind of thing? Because
I thought I was doing coke. Realized I wasn't doing coke, and then made the mistake of just going for it, right? No. Because I was like, well, when in Rome, right? Dude, I I lost 3 days of my life. It was just like that. It was just going like Lemmy. Lemmy was known to do speed his whole entire life. His life probably felt like one day to him.
That's mad.
It's crazy. I don't know why people do that shit. It makes no sense to me.
You just get on it and you just can't fucking stop, man.
Dude, it's terrible. It's a terrible drug. It is a terrible, terrible drug.
Especially meth. Meth can fry your endocrine system.
Dude, you're fucking talk about chemicals. Like you're fucking eating like dish soap and shit.
Dude,
it's crazy.
It can literally. It only takes 2 years of constant abuse, and you will actually become a full-blown psychopath.
Really?
That you can never come back from.
Have you ever been to the website facesofmeth.com?
Yeah,
dude. They'd show pictures like 6 months later, like mugshot in 2016, mugshot at 2016.5 years. Crazy.
Dude, yeah. And I mean, it's always like just fucked up. And like there was I was at this party, and these kids they look like grown men. They both look 35. They were kind of short and weird looking, and some fucking crazy girl that was at this party invited a Tinder date over, and it was one of these dudes.
Oh, why would you
party? No one knew these guys. No one knew who they were. So we were all very pissed at her because it's a really fucking weird thing to do.
That's kind of fucked up, yeah.
And like they were asking everybody if anyone had any meth. And then so I'm just starting to talk to these guys because I'm like, these guys are weird. Let's figure out what they're all about. And I was like, it was especially because it looked like a bunch of older dudes were at a party with a couple of 22-year-old people, you know. And
it'd be like me showing up to your party.
Essentially, yeah, like you were at a college kid party. Yeah, but they were 19 years old.
Whoa.
Dude, they looked rough.
Whoa, I thought I was bad at 20 right now.
Dude. If you had gray hair at 20, you'd have a hell of a... But dude, I mean, it's just... Everything was sunk in, man. Dude, they had the wrinkles in their face of a fucking... Like, they had way more wrinkles like around the eye.
Is it true that if you do it for 2 years straight, you'll never come back from that?
There's no coming back from that. It fries the endocrine system, and you can't produce the proper hormones to have feelings anymore.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah.
And people, like... Man. Anyway, we've talked a lot about drugs here. So let's move away from drugs. Unless you got any. Just kidding.
Fresh out. Fresh out. Hold on. I smoke cocaine.
You don't see anything, do you?
I do. I've been like, because it's cold, I've been sniffly as a motherfucker lately.
Should we tell Joe about the meth on the moving job? Last time we did joking. Swear to you, Joe, joking.
Oh, Joe Menente did like the video.
Waiting for my phone to ring.
Dude, yeah. You've done Adderall before, right?
Yeah.
Dude, that's one of those
things. I can honestly say that, like, I won't do Adderall anymore. It's because I like it.
And it's also, I don't think it makes you, me in particular, like, feel good or anything like that, but at the same time, you were effective as a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, you can jerk off for hours,
dude. And because it's at this, it's an amphetamine. It's
pharmaceutical speed.
Yeah, it's pharmaceutical speed.
You know what's fucked up is that they give that to kids.
Dude, I can't believe
that's just crazy.
And man, like I could especially if you got a prescription for Adderall, you're addicted to it, in my opinion.
That's why it's
not good for you, man, and it'll fry your shit eventually.
I have a friend who eats too much Adderall, and there's such a noticeable difference. It's sort of like you can't get a word in edgewise, but it's just sad. I thought at one point in my life, I would get Adderall every now and again, and I was like one of those guys who was able, like, somebody give me like a 20 milligram Adderall. I used to have our driver in the band used to fucking be able to drive 18 hours straight because he would be on Adderall.
Right, so, he'd be fucking...
I'd always be like, Ange, come on, man, give me a couple of Adderall,
Yeah.
And I would milk them. I'd take a couple of Adderall, and it would last me like a month because I'd like a piece here, a piece there,
right.
And then I realized, I could get a prescription for this, and I was just like, don't do it. And I just knew not to do it. I was just like, if I do it, I'm fucked because it cannot be an easy thing to get off of.
And I worry because, like, I mean, it's fucking speed, and like I got a buddy that's doing a whole lot of it, and like I've been trying to work with him, and like I'm starting to notice more and more as time goes on. Like I think it drives you so well, and yes, you can write, you can do all kinds of stuff really quickly and really effectively. But I think you start losing a bit of your ability to pick up on cues because you're so in the zone. You know what I mean?
I had a when I was in high school, I had a bass player his parents were both psychiatrists.
Yeah.
So they had him on Adderall. Dude seriously, no lie. He started school whenever you start kindergarten, like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
He went to school till he was 32 to become a shrink. And he never stopped, through the summers and everything. And they just kept feeding him the Adderall. But he would say to me, because I'd be like, what? At the time, it was Ritalin he was on.
Oh, right.
And I was just like, can I take some of this and play drums? He goes, well, the way it works is like this. If you know a part already, you're fine.
Right.
If you need to create a part, you're fucked.
Yes, I don't think it's a very good creative tool in my opinion.
No, if you want to create something and you want to do drugs in the process, smoke some weed.
Yeah.
And that only works for a little while, too. That has a weird side effect. At first, you're like, oh, my God, I'm so creative. Then at one point, you're like, I can't create anything.
And George Carlin had the best point. He was like, he did all of his writing sober, and then he'd do punch-up after he smoked a joint.
What's punch-up?
As in make it funnier.
Oh.
So in other words, he'd write a bit, and he'd get all the bass lines and premises, because it's like, I think weed's a good thing. All it is Trevor always called it the head change. He would always say, like, you smoke, you feel your head change because you just get a little high. Right. And that head change, you're literally now addressing something from a different perspective.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best way to make it creative or make it different. But you're right, with Adderall, man, that's just one of those things like, I don't think you get creative at all on that. I think you are just hardline focused, and you're just
this whole millennial thing. You're a millennial, right?
Yeah.
Your generation is addicted to Adderall.
My generation is addicted. Every single one of us is addicted to something.
Yeah, there's no question that college kids use that shit to get through school.
Oh, yeah.
And I understand, because I think the demand of college and what they make you go through is kind of a pain in the ass, and quite frankly, not really fair to do that to a kid, but whatever. And then bury him in debt, whatever. And then I owe the man forever, whatever you fucking... Anyway, it's really not their fault, because they just see all their friends doing it, and you're at such a young age that you're so impressionable. And
there's not actually enough time to get done what they want to get you to get done.
No.
So you fucking pop a bunch of Adderall and you're up for 3 days during finals
studying,
it done. And you do it.
But then you get done with school, and you know what? You're still popping 3 Adderall and staying up for fucking 3 days.
Yeah.
Why? Because I can drink more now.
Yeah. Dude, exactly, yeah. And it's like, dude, I've been drinking and then took an Adderall once, and it's almost like I didn't drink anything.
No.
It almost negates the effects and stuff. So it's like, of course you're going to party on Adderall. You know what I mean? It's like, fucking so you can party longer.
That's the only reason people do the uppers. People do the coke, people do the Adderall. The meth, that's a whole different story. But those things are the drugs people do to keep going.
Yes.
Right now I'm on liquid Adderall. It's called Red Bull.
Yeah. It works to a degree though, man.
Yeah.
It helps you. I feel like I only get now. I mean, caffeine doesn't do a goddamn thing to me anymore. I put 2 of those Stoke shots from 7-Eleven in my fucking coffee. 2 of them.
Oh, like that? They're like the little creamers.
Yeah. They look. Have you never been to a 7-Eleven out here? They have a little. They literally say Stoke on the top, and they're 2 little. Each cup has a
little guy jumps out. He's like, "Yo, bro, I'm so stoked."
I love that they're called Stoke too. It makes me laugh so hard. I put 2 of those in there, and each one is equivalent to a cup of coffee, and I put 2 of them in my cup of coffee. Man. It says I have 3 cups of motherfucking coffee.
Wow. I've had a lot of caffeine today. I'm gonna go home tonight. And I'm gonna be like, well, my girl's making me matzo ball soup.
Oh, nice.
Good woman.
That's good.
It's Yom Kippur. I'm not supposed to be eating, but if I am going to eat,
it's going to be Jewy.
I felt like the guy. It's like, I don't really drink, but when I do.
That's fucking fantastic.
I ain't starving myself. I've done that one time in my whole entire life, and I was miserable.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks a lot.
I understand I need to repent, but just let me do it on my own terms, okay?
That's fair. I mean, I've been doing intermittent fasting, and that requires 2 days a week of not eating
at all.
Yeah, you do for your full.
What days of the week do you do that?
I haven't done it in a while, but I would do Tuesday, Thursday. And it fucking sucks. It's great that you lose weight so goddamn fast.
Cannot be healthy. It just can't be healthy. I have this debate with my loved one in my life. Yeah. She likes to diet.
Yeah.
And just like, I think she did the keto. Is that what it's called?
Yeah. Go to ketosis here.
I don't understand the starving nonsense because all it does is make people miserable.
Yeah. You know? I mean, true. But there are scientific health benefits to fucking to not eating for you strip like I think it's glycogen out of your liver and stuff like that. And
what's glycogen?
Not glycogen.
Sounds like something I'd find in this Red Bull.
Probably. Or no, like you could get stuff built up like toxins in your liver, and when you fast, basically your body puts most of its energy and most of your caloric output into digesting food, and if you don't eat, which is actually the tie-in with the religious significance, is like if you don't eat, it actually does cleanse out.
So you're telling me you celebrated Yom Kippur twice a week every week?
Yeah.
You're a hell of a Jewish man.
I'm so much more Jewish than you right now.
Oh, you are. Oh, you are.
But it is. I mean, it makes sense that they have that's a religious thing because it's most religious things I find are tied with weird health benefits. Like why pork isn't like you know Jews aren't supposed to eat pork and whatnot. When they first started,
it's so funny because I do eat pork, but I don't eat ham. Jews don't eat ham. You'll see Jews eat pork. Like I mean, bacon and stuff. We're not all like good. Like I'm not kosher.
Yeah.
I have friends who are.
Yeah.
But any Jew, even if they eat pork, no Jews eat ham. That's like the ultimate. It's the ultimate.
Why is it the most pork?
Yeah, it must be.
I love ham.
Probably because it's so pink. So it kind of looks like the pig.
That's fair. Well, but when they first started butchering pigs and stuff like that, because civilization, we didn't start out with pigs and stuff like that, right? We kind of found them as we moved around and whatnot.
Kind of like the Jews.
Yeah, exactly. But like
we found him. He was in the jungle. It's weird.
Well, there was this weird Jew in the jungle.
He said Johnny. I said what?
His name was Jesus.
That was the guy I picked up earlier.
So many Jesuses out here, dude. But when they butcher the fucking pig, they try to butcher it like they would cattle and stuff like that and deer. But because of the positioning of the bile sac, they would always cut it open because you have to butcher pigs a lot differently than you do cattle or venison or whatnot. And if you split the bile sac, every single ounce of the meat is infected now with E. coli bacteria.
Oh Jesus!
It's just like when they do even modern day pig roast. If you don't butcher the pig right, it's super susceptible to E. coli poisoning. And you can fucking kill everybody at your goddamn
That explained the shits that I've had for the last 2 days.
Did you eat ham finally?
Oh, bacon.
Oh, now, if you get really E. coli poisoning, it's not a good time. I had it once. It's dude. It's like it's weird. It's a little bacteria gets in you, and it just your whole body just goes get everything out.
Back to the homeless lady. That's what would happen if you fucking banged her.
Oh, dude, I bet she's made of E. coli.
Oh, Jesus.
Jesus Christ, she's so fucking gross.
God, that crotch. The smell.
Dude,
the stench. I see the smoke from here. It's through walls and shit.
Dude, You want to know what it'll look like?
What? Oh, you saw it. Yes, yeah. I do. You probably have a very vivid image of this.
It was full fupa. So it was
hairy.
Fat upper pussy area fupa. So it was big. and it looked like she had fucking Chewbacca in a leg lock. Like I'm talking like she could have braided this motherfucker, dude. It was.
I mean, think about it. Where is she gonna go shave it? I mean, she does take a piss here. She might as well shave it up.
Dude, I saw her, man. Dude, I feel like this woman is following me everywhere. I went to the North Hollywood Park the other day. I was bored, just kind of like rode my bike there, and
she was there.
She was taking a fucking bath in the fucking in the fucking hose by the bathroom. Oh my god, dude! Like she had soap and everything. I was like, well, at least she's washed. But she was wearing a bathing suit, so she could. It was so weird.
Why was she wearing a bathing?
She was wearing a one-piece bathing suit.
Oh man!
And also, how the fuck
does she clean her asshole? You think?
No fucking way. I bet
when she shits, does she wipe her ass?
No way. Wow. I guarantee you, she goes fucking like an animal.
Oh, dude.
Drops a deuce and walks.
But I don't even know what to say at this point. I mean, this has been a great podcast. I'm gonna go puke.
I'm glad I could traumatize all of you at home.
Nobody's made any comments lately. They're like, "I'm going to sleep, dude. I gotta work in a couple hours."
Actually, I think right now, no one is watching.
That's my girlfriend might be.
It's maybe I don't know. It's not telling me properly who's actually watching anymore. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Again, Facebook is a shit stream server.
I mean, we covered a lot of taboo topics today. Everything from the homeless lady pissing on the propane to her shoving a wine bottle in her cooch to crystal meth to acid to weed on Joe's jobs. Is there something flying around here? Or am I seeing shit?
I think you're seeing shit. I think it might be time to call it up, Brad, so. Because you're just hallucinating.
I swear to God, I was just like, something just fly into my fucking Red Bull. Yeah, we've covered a lot here.
Yeah,
I mean, we were going great, and then Menente called and just fucking threw the momentum into a weird direction.
Anyway.
See what happens? You talk to Menente, next thing you know, you're talking about meth.
Dude, I for sure thought he was a cokehead when I first talked to him on the phone before I moved here. Dude. He's just got so much energy. It's unbelievable.
I thought it's so hard to believe that he was a sober guy.
Everyone does. Most people, but he is.
God bless him. He's got more power than me, and I envy that, to be honest with you.
But I think he's so aware, and he's been talking to me about this lately because I've been trying to fucking go full sober and stuff. He's been, he's like, he knows for a fact that if he ever got fucked up on something like coke or meth or something, that he's already.
If he ever did coke, he'd have a heart attack.
Dude,
flat out.
He did. Yeah, I don't think he could.
Coke is the most overrated drug on the planet.
I agree. I think after a while, it's not even enjoyable anymore.
I don't know how anybody gets hooked on it. When I've done it in my life,
feel great
at that time, but the day after, I want to commit suicide every fucking time.
You produce too. Like it just makes you feel too good, and it's kind of like Molly, MDMA, and stuff like that.
Dude, I've done that 3 times, and every time it was a nightmare. I've not done it.
Dude, yeah,
it's just fucking bad news.
I feel like the human body can only, or like even mind, can only feel so good. So in general,
what's great though? Heroin. Just kidding, joking, big joke.
On that note, everybody, we're gonna go do heroin.
On that note, wait for it. You guys have a great night. It's been great fucking hanging with you all.
Bye.
Stay away from drugs. Say no to drugs.
Do math. Yeah.